Just take a second and reflect your meetings today or your meetings yesterday. Did they feel like a valuable use of your time? Or did you have this time slump after the meeting? It's like, it's just a drain of energy. Well, you're not alone. Actually, a significant number of employees view their meetings as a time sink, as something that just doesn't add value and time that could be used better otherwise. Now, the question for you as a team participant or even a team leader is, what can you do to transform those meetings into productive, engaging sessions? Hi, my name is Christian, and over the course of my career, I've been a part of many meetings, I've led many meetings, and to be honest, a lot of them were probably not really engaging. Often I found myself in situations where I felt compelled to attend a meeting, although my contribution was minimal. And over time, I've learned to really pick my battles, like where I want to engage, where not, and more importantly, how to help teams genuinely enjoy themselves and achieve their objectives in meetings. Well, let's have a look at the numbers. Research suggests that the average employee spends over 30% of their work week in meetings. Yet, a striking 67% of these same employees report that these meetings are inefficient. It's a significant drain on resources, morale, and ultimately productivity. So what exactly is going wrong? Why is there such a disconnect between the intention of a meeting to get stuff done and its perceived value? From my observations, the issues often stem from a few core areas. It's not about the concept of collaboration in meeting itself, it's rather the way we now execute on meetings. We are often stuck in old habits that made sense at the time, but now in a fast-paced environment, they don't make sense anymore and are holding us back. So let's break down the top 5 reasons why people don't like meetings. And just let me put it up front, this is not rocket science, this is not a new revelation, but sometimes we just need to remind ourselves to not just reflect about the content of the meeting, but also our meeting practices. So number 1, no clear purpose or agenda. And this is really where you can derail the meeting up front. This is probably the most fundamental issue when attendees don't understand why we are meeting and what we are here for. What's the specific goal, or what are the outcomes that are expected? And it's such an easy fix to just up front be very explicit. This is why we're here. This is what we would like to get out of the meeting. And this is what the meeting is for. The next point is around the attendee list. So you can invite either too many or too little people or the wrong people. When it's too many, the result is, well, it's not relevant for them, so they do emails in parallel, not paying attention, not contributing, waste of time. Or you have a meeting, but the key decision makers aren't part of the meeting, so you can talk in circles and never get a good outcome. So just pay attention to who needs to be there, and the others, make it explicit, like join if you want, but you don't have to. That makes everyone's life easier. A big factor is the meeting structure, or the lack thereof. And so you can do two things wrong, so either having too much structure or too little structure. If you have no structure at all, people are just floating around talking about whatever, you turn in circles, you don't know where's the beginning, where the end, and suddenly everyone's left and you don't even remember what happened. Or the other extreme is you have too much structure, so every meeting is the same, which makes things boring, stale, doesn't leave room for creativity. So my recommendation to you is to actually appoint a skilled facilitator for your meetings who can strike this balance between having a structure but holding it lightly at the same time to allow for creativity. When you put all these mistakes together, it's very likely that you get to the final point of complaint, and that's to not have any actionable outcomes of a meeting. No decisions, no actions to be taken, no accountability. Well, so this is then really a waste of time. So what can you do? Just make a point at the end of the meeting to collect the action points, document them, be very concrete and explicit who's going to do what and by when. There's one root cause of frustration which is relatively easy to fix, and that's those back-to-back meetings. I don't know about you, but I always feel like I'm already late to every meeting and just running behind. I don't even have time to take a bathroom break. It just drains my energy. So what I've seen clients do is that they put out a rule that all meetings start 10 minutes past the hour, and that leaves people enough time to reset, do whatever they need, take care of themselves, and then they can enter the next meeting re-energized. So now you see there's a lot of ways how you can improve your meeting culture, and understanding the pain points is just the first step. But the best way to improve productivity is to get rid of all those those unnecessary meetings, right? Which meetings can you kill? And so I've put together a quick guide. You can find the link for the download in the description below. It's just a very simple, useful tool to help you determine whether a meeting is really necessary or not. And just in case you need a bit more motivation to address this topic, there are some real tangible costs for your organization and the people within your team if you don't manage meetings properly. Bad meetings lead to burnout, low engagement, a higher turnover of your staff, and, well, of course, lost productivity. There's nothing more frustrating than being in the meeting hamster wheel. So it's clear that addressing these meeting challenges, it's not just about making people happier, it's about fostering a more efficient, productive, and sustainable work environment. And please understand that improving meeting effectiveness, it's an ongoing process. It's not like a one-time fix and then you can leave it and it's set up forever. It requires a continuous effort and willingness to adapt. So by implementing these strategies, you can move towards a meeting culture where your team feels like their time is valued and their contributions actually are meaningful and matter. What I recommend you is to, on a regular basis, have a short conversation with your team, like how content, how happy are you with how your meetings are going, and what would you like to change? So you continuously keep updating and improving your meeting practices. Before you go, let me ask you, are you currently using an AI note taker to streamline your meetings? Well, if not, it's certainly something worth exploring. You can learn more about AI note-taking, for example, with MeetGeek in this video. And finally, I am always interested in hearing what works for others. So what ideas or strategies have helped you to improve your meetings? Please share it in the comments below, and that will certainly also help others in the community improve the way they go about their meetings. If you like this video, please leave a like and hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.